What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dobrunsky here, and I'm back with another episode from the Human Bot Project series. Today I'm going to be running the Stony Tombs in Act 2 250 times. That might seem like a weird area to be magic finding, like why the Stony Tombs? I will cover that at the start of the video. Quick reminder though that this is Project Diablo 2, not original LED Diablo 2, so that kind of makes sense for why I was farming the Stony Tombs. But also, if you guys enjoy my YouTube content, just want to let you guys know that I do stream twice a week on Twitch. Link is of course in the description below. Any follows on that platform would be very much appreciated. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let's jump in. So there's a few frequently asked questions or sort of key topic points that I just want to cover before I jump into recapping the best finds, just because I get asked them all the time in the comment section below of these types of videos. The first is how much percent MF was I running on my sorceress? So I was always in that range of about 100 to 125% MF. My gear did kind of vary a little bit through the progression of doing these runs and of course streaming online. I still don't have Shaco or like really good War Travelers or, you know, all 7 MF small charms, so it's a little bit low. We're kind of progressing through the start of my Holy Grail in PD2, but yeah, I had about 100 to 125% MF. The second question that I want to touch on is why was I farming these Stony Tombs? It's now a level 85 area in PD2 with no fire immunes or cold immunes with the exception of one super unique. So it's basically the new Ancient Tunnels from LOD, if that makes sense. Just a really good area to farm. It's a refreshing map layout. I mean, I'm kind of really bored of the Ancient Tunnels, and you can just drop any item in the game. So it's just a really good location to farm your basic gear early on as you're kind of building yourself up in PD2. And the third and final question that I want to touch on is what sorceress build did I use for these 250 Stony Tomb runs? And I ran 2 different build specs. I started off as a combustion sorceress, but I ended up switching midway through this project to a Frost Nova sorceress because of one particular item that I found kind of benefited a cold sorceress build. So I decided to make the switch. It's a really fun build and I do plan on making a future build video on it. I much prefer the gameplay to combustion, so look forward to that video coming down the pipeline. But that's everything I wanted to cover, guys, so hope you enjoyed the recap of the best loot from these 250 Stony Tomb runs. The first noteworthy drop came from the Stony Tomb Sparkly chest on run number 13. It was a facet that rolled +5, -3 Poison Nova on death. Followed by a nice drop from a poppable on run 32. A random chest on the first level of the Stony Tomb dropped me an Istrune. A nice set item drops off of a skeleton pack 29 runs later. It's a set swirling crystal, which is Telrash's Lidless Eye. This orb was fortunate enough to roll perfect on all 3 sorceress masteries. 3 runs later, I drop a shield that made me respec to the Frost Nova sorceress. It's a unique Aegis, which is Medusa's Gaze. This shield now has +2 to sorceress skills with a varying FCR roll and a much lower strength requirement, making it a great shield for any cold sorceress build. The very next run, I drop an orb that is now arguably the best in-slot damage choice for Fire Sorceress in PD2. It's a Shoota's Temper, which now rolls a varying minus fire and lightning res stat, but unfortunately this orb rolled 2 to sorceress skills instead of a maximum of 3. On run 94, a huge item upgrade for my sorceress dropped off of a skeleton boss pack. It's a unique amulet that rolled 24 to all resistance Maras. This is the first Maras that I found on my PD2 Grail, so it's a big power upgrade for all of my characters. Just 4 runs later, I drop an amazing Grand Charm that rolled 38 to life and 15 all res. This is a perfect charm for any Uber Tristram character, or really any build in general that's kind of lacking res and needs a little bit of a life boost. Another godly drop comes the very next run. It's another facet, but this one rolled +5, -5, chance to cast Meter on Death, Fire Facet. Probably one of the best items to drop over this entire Human Bot project. My Mercenary gets a big upgrade on run 106. A 4 open socket Ethereal Cryptic Axe drops off of a Decayed Zombie. This is an excellent base to roll the Rumored Insight in, and eventually, possibly down the road, an Infinity. 2 runs later, I drop a set Sacred Armor, which is the Immortal King body armor. The full IK set is an amazing set to use on an Act 5 Mercenary in PD2, so I was really pumped to drop this body armor. After the IK armor, I get 3 crazy drops within 4 runs of each other. First, a unique Serpent Skin body armor, which rolled 28 tall res Viper Magi, followed by Ethereal Shaft Stop, which rolled a 98 to plus life, and finally, a Gull Rune off of a random skeleton. I go through a bit of a dry spell for about 50 runs until a unique Pie-Vase drops on run 156. It's Girk's Sanctuary, which has been significantly changed from LOD. The shield now has +1 tall skills and physical damage reduction, making it a great shield for tanky caster characters. A nice mid rune drops 9 runs after Girk's Sanctuary. It's a Mal rune, again from the Stony Tomb Sparkly Chest. The first noteworthy base from this human bot project drops from run 181. It's a 4 open socket, 3 to bow and crossbow skills, Grand Matron bow. This is a nice bow to roll a rune word like Faith or Ice in. Another amazing base drops about 50 runs later. This time it's an ethereal 4 open socket man catcher. I decided to roll the rune word Insight in this base because PD2 allows polearm rune words to be used in spears, and I was fortunate enough to roll a 17 to meditation, 4 to critical strike, Insight. The last noteworthy item from this human bot project dropped on run 244. It was a unique Sky Spirit which rolled a nearly perfect Ravenlore. I was really excited for this drop and actually started a Fire Druid because of how nice this item rolled. Well guys, there you have it. That wraps up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to let me know in the comment section below what your favorite drop was. For me, honestly, it was probably the Ravenlore because I'm now rocking a Fire Druid in Project Diablo 2 and I'm really liking that character. Sorceress is fun, but to be honest, I think the coolest thing about Project Diablo 2 is testing out different builds with different characters that you don't normally play, so I've been playing a lot of Fire Druid and have been enjoying it, so Ravenlore was definitely my favorite drop. But as always, if you guys could throw a like on this video, share it, and even consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. I post new weekly content on YouTube, and I stream twice a week on Twitch, so a follow on Twitch and a sub on YouTube would be amazing. Other than that guys, hope you have a fan-frickin-tastic day, and I'll catch you on my next video or live stream. Peace out.